Alright, so good morning everyone, welcome back to the inconvenient neighborhood. Today I return with some very good news, and that's because in the last episode, some things were broken around here, and we may have lost every single item that we'd gathered in the series thus far. But today, everything is actually back, it's working again. Yeah, go on Ted, hold up a pint. Do you know what, I'll raise a pint to that one. Thank you very much. So yeah, magic storage is working again, but how did I get back all of my items? Well, they were actually lost in the void. They were gone forever. But the Tmodloader Alpha has a very nifty feature where it occasionally automatically backs up your world. So I rolled back the world a couple of days, and here we are. Magic storage works again, and we didn't actually lose out on anything because the character is still the same. So yesterday we worked on getting wings. We still have wings. The only thing I've lost out on, which I could have gathered, but to be honest, I'm not really bothered, is a couple of those clickers that we made in early hard mode. Honestly, I don't really care. So yeah, great news. I'm very excited about it. So what are we doing in today's episode? Well, I think you know, all right? We now have a vendetta against a certain queen, all right? And it's time to enact my revenge. That's right. Yeah, today's episode is going to be focused on the Queen Slime, who completely mugged me off in the last episode. Because, you know what? Queen Slime, it isn't the hardest boss in the world. But yesterday, it kind of made it look like it was. I don't need this iron axe. Goodbye. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. But to do that, I am actually going to be building an arena this time. I think that's going to make it a lot easier. And it should just make it so that I can stay in one straight line. Because here's the thing. You do need to keep a good bit of distance between you and the queen. And I wasn't really doing that because my arena... I was more thinking about, you know, what was going on with all that stuff. Okay, right. I've got to be on it. I've got... All right. Okay, if you want to play Terraria, you're going to have your hand on the mouse. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be starting with that. Now, it was interesting. In the comments yesterday, a lot of you were actually bringing up your thoughts on Queen Slime. Nobody dislikes her, but there was actually a good debate about the Queen Slime's difficulty, which I thought was interesting. A lot of people actually think the Queen Slime is harder. It's harder than, sorry, I'm going to be a cheat here, but do you remember how we got the shard yesterday? If I remember right, it was around here. So I'm just going to go and get the same one if it's already grown into the world. I don't know if it is. Okay, right, be careful. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that they find it harder than the mechanical bosses. Now, I don't really know how I feel about that. I feel like she is hard to an extent, but I don't know if she's harder than the other mech bosses. I put forward the idea that I think she isn't necessarily harder. I think it's people getting used to her. So if I remember right, it was around here or there-ish. So I'm going to see if I can find one. Either way, it should be all right to spawn in a new Queen Slime. It shouldn't take too long. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was very interesting. So today is the final day. People are going to have to wait before playing Terraria 1.4, Journey's End on PlayStation and Xbox. And that fills me with such joy. Genuinely, I am so jealous of these people. Because I want to play 1.4 for the first time again. Like, I really do. I just want to experience it all fresh. You know, playing it for the first time is like memories I think I'm going to hold on to for the rest of my life. Of course, being a Terraria YouTuber, I played the game pretty much every day for going on 11 years will be the next anniversary. So, you know, a big update like that's a big moment in my life. But yeah, I'm very jealous. I can't wait to see what people do. I really hope people send me ChippysCouch screenshots again. I'm always into that. All right, anyway, I'm going to go look for a summoning device. What I will say is, if you enjoyed today's episode, please do me a big fat favor. A big fat favor? Wow. Big favor. Give the video a big fat thumbs up. That's right. Big fat thumbs up. Big fat favor. Because it helps the channel, and it's really kind. Wow. Look at you. You're so kind. You're so blessed. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, actually, real quick. One thing I did want to say is Jaden put out a new video talking about these crazy hard Mario videos. Sorry, Mario levels. These little ROM hacks. And that video was so good. And now I really want to try one. But what I liked is that, that a little bit of fan art from our Terraria streams made it into the very end, all right? And I think that's really cool. But yeah, I would highly encourage going to check that video out. It's great. I really, really enjoyed it. So I tell you what, it's a little bit harder actually finding a crystal on this world. I do wonder if, because it is a rollback, me not having spent, you know, as much time in the world, I wonder if it's like, nah, fam, all right? I'm not growing in, or I haven't grown in. It's almost like playing a world in a parallel universe. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything is the same, but it's all slightly different, all right? It's branching paths. The Watcher's in the background. He's like, what's going on? For real, though, I would love a gelatin crystal. But look at all this titanium. What is this about? Where was this when I was trying to make armor? Tell you what, I am going to gather this, and I'm going to use it to make a pickaxe, all right? Okay, all right, be careful. No, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. We're still alive. Great. All right. That was an ultimate success. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep exploring on. Hopefully we find one. I don't really mind this little here's the thing, right? I kind of don't like Plantera bulbs. They've kind of done a little bit to fix them now. I feel like they're growing a little bit quicker. But I don't really like looking around for Plantera bulbs. But strangely, I don't mind looking around for gelatin crystals. And I think the reason is because I quite like the hallowed. Staying in the hallowed isn't necessarily a bad time. It's got great music. The enemies are not too hard. You know, you can actually mine about and such. You're not going to get killed by like man-eaters and spiders and all that. So I don't mind it. It's weird, right? It is double standards though. Because it is something I would complain about if it was a Plantera bulb. Hey, I finally found one. All right. Man, that took some time. Okay, these little mushrooms better not kill me. Get away, little mushrooms. I know what you're about. Okay, there we go. We got one. That's awesome. All right. That took a long time. I'm not going to lie to you. That took a little bit longer than I would have hoped for. So, let's actually make some titanium bars then. So we got a whole bunch, and then we'll make a new pickaxe. Bam. There we go. Thank you very much. I guess I will sell these to the merchant, because I don't need these anymore. This is like a classic me thing to do, to have like 5 separate pickaxes in your inventory for no reason. All right, just roll with it, all right? It's very much me. So what we're going to do now then is we're going to wait until daytime. We're going to speak to the Dryad, because what I want to do is I want to buy a bunch of platforms and such, and then we're going to build out a nice arena. We're going to do the Queen Slime. It's going to be glorious, all right? People are going to cheer. There'll be parades in the street. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so clearing that up. Awesome. Yeah, all right. I'm going to sleep until daytime. We'll go from there. Tell you what, right, talking about sleep. I don't know why recently, but I keep waking up in the middle of the night for absolutely no reason. And then I'm like wide awake, like wide awake. This morning I woke up and I was like, man, I'm awake. The floor is floor. But I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my God, it's 3 in the morning. Like, I go to bed at like 10:30. So I've already been sleeping. I've had a good sleep by 3 in the morning. And I was like, am I gonna just get up right now? And I was like, nah, you can't do that to yourself. I'm not wired that way. I think I would just crash and burn by 6 in the morning. But oh my God, it's just so strange. I don't know what it is. I wonder if it's because I'm in a new house and I'm still settling. Oh, look at that. Ah, that's so interesting. So you can see that the map is not as hallowed as it once was. So that shows you the progression of time in this world. That's really interesting. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if it's because I'm still settling. It's dead strange. Like, in the middle of the night, I'll, like, look across, say if I wake up, and I'll think I'm in my old room. It's dead odd. Like, I'm not even that sentimentally attached to it. It's just so, I don't know what it is. All right, I'm gonna go speak to Dryad. I'm gonna build a nice long platform. The thing is with this long platform, it's gonna be fantastic for the Empress of Light. So this is almost like, you know, it's like buying Dogecoin for 5 pence, and it's now worth, I don't know, 7. So real quick, because I know that, you know, every now and again, new people find these Let's Plays, people that have maybe never, you know, seen some of the older ones. One question I get asked a lot, and this isn't my idea, is why do I use planter boxes instead of regular platforms? So this was actually brought up to me by a YouTuber Crabbar. It's so clever. So essentially the idea is that when you're building in this mode where it like auto places or whatever, planter boxes will only go in a straight line. So it's super convenient for building, because then you can build them rapidly. I don't think they look bad either. Like, I quite like them compared to regular platforms. So that's essentially why. It just makes it even easier to build, and you could buy like a whole bunch at once. Because when you're in hard mode, you're probably not collecting trees anymore. You know, you only really pick up trees in the beginning half of the game, and then you just kind of let your world grow out. Or at least that's the way I play, because I'm not a master builder. But that's why. And I think there's another reason for it as well. I can't remember what the reason is. So I'm going to build this quite long. So here's the thing. You only need to initiate a fight against the Queen Slime or the Empress Elite in the Hallowed. You don't have to fight it in the Hallowed. So this will be layer 1. And then we'll also make a second layer eventually. And the second layer will be for when we fight the Empress Elite during the nighttime. But yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it? I'm going to make this really long. I'm just going to keep going, all right? So in terms of like games and such, I recently started playing Don't Starve. Ooh, very exciting. So I played Don't Starve on the channel back in, I think it was 2017, so about 4 years ago. And I remember the audience at the time gave me like loads of basic tips and such, which I'm really glad to say I still remember now. So I'm happy about that. But I really wanted to get into it. It just seems like my sort of game. So I started playing it last night on, I got it on Nintendo Switch. And my plan is I'm going to get used to the single player first and then jump into Don't Starve Together, which is apparently the better version because it's more frequently updated and such. So yeah, that's what I've been into. I also repurchased The Last of Us Part 2 this morning. So I bought it on disc when I had a PlayStation 4, and then my PS5 is the digital edition. So I couldn't use my disc anymore, and I've been dying to replay that game forever. But I didn't want to pay full price or anything, so I waited for it to go on sale, and it went on sale today for like 20 quid here in Britain. And I was like, that's decent, because it's been improved for PlayStation 5, so I mean, it's good for me. Right, okay, that is that done. So we are going to jump into Queen Slime Part 2, just like The Last of Us. And hopefully I don't have my head bashed in. Hopefully I survive. Yeah, I should be fine. So we're using the same buffs as before. We're not really changing the accessories either. The plan is simply by using this better arena, we're going to have a better time. That being said, I don't really know if that's going to be the case. We just have to be careful with the slimes that it spawns. The trick is you don't want to be going near those. That's why it's good to build a long arena so that they can spawn in and then despawn. Should we play with a map on or not? All right, here we go. Wow, 114 damage. So we want to be keeping our distance. And one thing I never really realized, because I never really get this close to it, is that I never realized, like when I play regularly, I never ever get this close. But I didn't realize those pink gelatinous balls that it throws your way are actually quite tough. See, here's the thing. I'm so glad we never did this with the motherboard armor, like some recommended. Simply because that genuinely would have been a nightmare with the lower defense. But here's the thing. The motherboard armor is good because it extends your click radius. And that might actually end up being essential. I want to see what happens more in the second half. So I'm clearly finding a better rhythm now. So things are looking a little bit better. But let's see what happens in the second half. So we're going to reach a point where we need to... There you go. All right. I was going to say, we're going to reach a point where we need to start turning. So now we've got to avoid the circle attack pattern. And also try and maybe keep it in range while it's dropping down. See, here's the thing. I know this is hard. And it's strange because it kind of goes against what you know as a Terraria fan. Because it fires in a circle instead of, you know... I don't know, it reminds me a little bit of Calamity bosses, weirdly. I wouldn't say that this is harder than mechs. I just wouldn't. But then again, like I say, it's the years of doing mechanical bosses that make them easy. Okay, all right. Let's bring it over here this time. So I'm flying higher up this time so that I can despawn some of those slimes on the ground. Wrist is beginning to get sore. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And there we go. Bam. Queen Slime defeated. Amazing. Amazing. Let's open up this bag. Bam. Ooh, what do we get? So we got crystal armor. We got the hook of dissonance. This is the Rod of Discord hook. It's very cool. We got another shadow diamond, some gelatin, which occasionally releases like damaging slime. And we also get a queen slime relic. Very, very nice. So that is actually it. Like, we've done it. It's finished. It's finalized. So now we need to move on to the mechanical bosses. Here's the thing. I am absolutely gutted because in the last episode, we did get that free mechanical eye. But I don't have it anymore. I like, because it was in the chest. Let's actually see real quick. Let me make some iron bars for one. All right, we already had a bunch. Let's see which one we can do. So if I was to search mechanical. Wow, that's interesting. It's the mechanical eye after all that. Okay, so I think what we do then for today is we give the mech bosses a quick try. I'll wait until nighttime. I don't exactly know if we're going to be all right. We should be. So for those wondering if there is like another clicker armor, apparently there is, and it's after the mech bosses. But I think we have to do all three of them to get the armor. All right, so it's now nighttime. Let's see if we can do this. Actually, before we do this, one thing I'm going to grab, and this is always pretty good for this fight, is Shiny Boys, Night Owl, Hunter. Yeah, that's good. Have I got all the buffs? Nah, I'm missing Rage. No, I've got Swiftness, Thorns. Okay, there we go. All right. We're all geared up. We're all ready to go. Do we have Life Force? We already have Life Force. Okay. Right, let's do this. I'm actually legitimately excited. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm more interested to see what the range difference is like. You know, what's it actually like if you have to do it this close? It's not bad, is it? It's actually not bad. It's funny because nothing will ever compete with the Fargo Soul Mod Eternity version of this fight. So, like, no matter what this fight will be in this mod, it's not bad. Do you know what I mean? Because that version was legitimately awful. Like, I love to this day that you're not meant to do it with the Rod of Discord, but I think it's physically impossible to do without the Rod of Discord, that fight. But hey, look, I can be a bit of a scrub. Man, that Eternity Mode challenge was, it was peak. It was peak. I can't believe that I actually managed to pull it off. I think the most surprising thing looking back on that Let's Play was honestly just how long the second half became. And that was really cool. Like, most mods like that, you expect it to really just wrap up after the Moonlord. But there was loads. There was champions and... it was great. I really did enjoy that series. I think I remember the champion squirrel the most, weirdly. That's the one I had the least difficulty on, but I think it's just because the sprite was a bit mad. Okay, so we're not doing amazingly here. See, it's funny because usually how I do this fight is I'll do one, then the other. I think that's probably the best way to do it for me. But because I've played so much modded recently, like, I started to just... Like, I was trying to sync them up for no reason. Like, I don't need to do that. Okay, right. Let's keep this going. Oh, come on. It's funny because you don't want to let it get too close to you, but you have to... So no, you have to let it get close to you, really, if you want to be able to click on it. Okay, cookie there. Thank you. Okay. Right, this is going really well, actually. I might turn on the auto-clicker just for a little bit. I know that's not, like, the best thing in the world to do, but I'm just going to let my wrist heal for a moment. Let it cool down, and then I can bring out my true power for the second half of the fight. That's the plan. Okay, so I do think with a little bit of a calm approach, I've actually managed to pull this back. I think for a little while it looked like I was gonna perish, but I have managed to pull this back. I do think it's because I was trying to do them both at the same time, like, which makes honestly no sense. The cool thing is the titanium saw blade actually, I don't know, it balances the fight out nicely. All right, this has got 1,000 health left on it, and we still have over half the night to go, so that's really good. Where's the other eye? What? Did it die? Oh, okay. All right. Sure, I'll take it. Thank you. All right. So now it's time for this one, which is actually my worst one. So I want to try and save as much health as possible. Look at that. He sent his little minions. He sent his boys after me. Tell you what, I need to start flying away because I feel like I'm just going to... Oh my god. Click, click, click. I was going to say, I feel like the enemies on the floor are going to be what messes me up the most. Okay, this is where it gets hard for me, when it starts to fire fast. But you know what? We're doing all right. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, find a better rhythm. Find a better rhythm here. Oh, God. I gotta stay close, but I'm struggling to stay close and actually dodge stuff. Okay, look. Oh, my God. What did I tell you? I said these little boys on the floor would hurt. All right. Oh, my God. Christ, we did so well then, though. We did so well. I can't believe we actually failed that right at the very end. Man, just my luck. Okay, that was cool. That was fun. So I think tomorrow we'll be cracking on with the mech bosses. Honestly, not a bad attempt. I'm quite proud of that. That was actually decent. That second half is my worst half, so yeah, dying to that makes complete sense. Right, so I think I'm going to wrap it up there for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's good to be back and back in full force now that we're not having mods break on us, which is nice. So yeah, thank you very much to channel members rolling by on screen right now. But that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.